if I'm going to convert between degrees and radians, the thing that I'm going to remember is that pi radians is equivalent to 180 degrees. So this is what I'm always remembering. So if I want to convert from degrees to radians, I'm going to multiply by pi radians over 180 degrees. So degrees over degrees cancels that unit. If I simplify my fraction, I end up with 5 pi over 36. So 25 degrees, the same as 5 pi over 36 radians, and I want to ask myself, does that make sense? Well, I know 25 degrees is a small angle. It's probably even smaller than that. So I'm less than 45 degrees for sure. I know that this is pi, this is half, so that's pi over 2. 45 degrees is the same as pi over 4. And 5 over 36 is less than 1/4. So this measurement makes sense. Now 145 degrees, I know that that's going to be somewhere, here's my 90 degrees, so from 90 I'm going to add 55 degrees, so I'm going to be somewhere down here. So that should be more than 3/4. Remember, a full pi, so here's 3/4 pi, so I should be between 3/4 pi and pi. So I'm going to multiply by pi over 180, and then I'm going to simplify my fraction. So if I come in here, we can do 145 divide by 180, and then make that into a fraction. So let's go with 4, and I end up with 29 over 36. And if I convert that into my decimal, I should end up with the same thing. So let's convert again into a decimal. Sorry, not the same thing. Oh, go to, I put a 4 at the end. So like I said, it should have been greater than 3/4, less than 1/2, and I get 0.805 repeating radians. So again, this answer makes sense. Going the other way, now these units here are radians, so I'm going to multiply by 180 degrees divided by pi radians. So now my unit of radians is going to cancel. My pi's are going to cancel. I can simplify. That's going to make 30. So I'm going to end up with 210 degrees. This is greater than 1/2, and I know 210 is about down here. So that makes sense. 9/5. Now at 9/5, I've got pi, 3 pi over 2. So I'm going to end up with almost 2 pi radians, because 10 pi over 5 would be 2 pi. So I should end up with definitely over 300 degrees. So let's multiply by 180, divide by pi. And if I cancel out my pi's, I know 5 goes into 180 36 times. I don't know what 36 times 9 is off the top of my head. So let's calculate that, 324 degrees.